couple, I guess the obvious one right out of the gate. The immediate concern is for Fluff Boxwell. I mean, what can you share about that?
Don't really know. They immediately took him in to get x-rays, so hopefully we've got some sort of update here sooner than later.
Second question, defensively last year, it just felt like they had a tough time keeping you in games. They thought they kept you in the game tonight, but offensively you guys, after the field goal drive, kind of failed to sustain things. What did you see there, and what do you kind of attribute that to?
Yeah, first off, like defensively, the way we played for the first 3 quarters was exactly what the expectation is. Our guys defensively were ready to play, played our butt off on defense. The frustration is that offensively we were so bad on normal downs with all of the negative plays, we had no chance to sustain it, none whatsoever. We're in 3rd and long the entire day. And the negative plays today is without a doubt what kept the game from having a chance to go the other way, and ended up being the score that it was because of the situations we were in on 3rd down, which is, again, very, very frustrating.
Sam?
We're with Albert today and have other offensive line injuries. How much do you think that's just impacting the offense right now?
Yeah, I mean, with Albert and Blake obviously being 2 starters that have played a ton of football, not having them, it's real, but that's the world we're living in. So we got to play better, we got to coach better, we've got to do everything offensively better to give ourselves a chance to play better on the road and go win, and support the defense for playing the way we played defensively for the first 3 quarters. They're on the field the entire game.
What is the process like, especially in that 3rd quarter, as you're trying to get the offense going and things just aren't working, and you're trying to evaluate what to get things
going? It was literally something different every single series. Like, we're 2nd and 3, I believe it's the 2nd series, and then all of a sudden the ball's on the ground, we're 3rd and 11. When we've got exactly what we want, we've got a really good first down play, we're in a great situation on 2nd and 3, and all of a sudden the ball's on the ground, and now we're 3rd and 11, and we're series in punt. And again, we're not good enough to overcome things like that. That's not going to be our identity. For us to play winning football, we got to take advantage of being in a 2nd and 3.
Steve?
But I think the field goal drive, you know, Booth gets caught by the turf monster, and then you have the false start down there. I mean, like, how, as a coach, how do you get guys to say, hey, just hang in here with us and just keep playing?
Again, that was the message. The frustration is again, the negative plays offensively. We had no chance to go do what we needed to do on 3rd downs. I loved our 3rd and medium plan. I loved our short yardage plan. We didn't have those situations because, again, of the way we played on normal downs.
Sam?
How did you just think that Blake played today, and what's just your confidence that he can kind of correct this offense and get things?
Yeah, again, I think he played really, really tough. The 1 interception, we've got Brennan exactly the way we want him, and got a chance to go have a chunk play. And we've got to find a way to be able to protect for just literally a half count longer. But I thought he made good decisions. I thought he took care of the football. Again, the situational piece of it, we were so bad today on 1st and 2nd down. Regardless of what's going on, you don't give yourself a chance, especially with who we're playing and the way they're built on 3rd downs.
Coach, you mentioned offensive line struggles. There were some guys. Luke Work moves from left tackle or right tackle. Jacoby does right guard. Kind of what went into the getting that starting 5-way interest. Yeah,
we did. We felt like we needed to move Luke out to give us the best opportunity to go have the best 5 on the field. And then we rotated the guards inside because of playing next to certain people and the communication piece of it to get that as good as we possibly could.
Steve?
There was a situation there where early on Blake was kind of barking at his offensive line on the sideline there. I mean, you know, what do you know about that? Do you like that? What do you want him to do in that situation?
Yeah, I want him to be a fiery, fierce, tough competitor, and it's not okay not to do our job at a really high level, starting with me. But again, like, he's fighting his butt off like we all are, but we got to play better. We got to play cleaner. We got to continue to coach better, and that was the struggle. Blake felt it in the game, the fact that the negative plays were happening in 1st and 2nd down. And then again on 3rd down, it's all we talked about all week was putting ourselves in good situations. And that was the frustrating part of it. He's trying to get those guys to go to go play well. And you got to change the delivery at times, so that's part of being a leader.
Sam?
Are you noticing that all the defenses are maybe guarding you guys differently than maybe earlier in the season when you guys were connecting all these deep passes, and I know you have them today, but just
Yeah.
haven't been as consistent?
Yeah, I think, again, there was a couple opportunities where we're in a pretty good spot down the field, and we're not able to get the ball off. And that's a very real thing. It's really, and that's what I was trying to convey to the guys, like in the second half, man, it's not about what you can throw and who's open, it's about what you can protect. And as a play caller, you have to find ways to protect the guy that's holding the ball every snap. But we had the ability to create a bunch of chunks. If we're a little better in protection, we weren't. And that's the reality of it. And so again, for me, putting our guys in good situations to try to get us into some third mediums is something that we've got to continue to do a better job of.
Colin?
Guys like Blake and Nick, guys you want to be the leaders in the locker room, you know, what's their role in a situation like this where, you know, the game's over and there's a lot you're regretting, but you have to look forward?
Yeah, I think those guys understand how much we've got in front of us. Man, we got to go maximize the open date. We've got to find ways to get better. We got to get healthy. And as we go into next week, those are the goals. We got to get better every single day. We got to get healthy, and we got to continue to develop some of the guys to create a little bit of depth because of, again, today we play 5-0 linemen. We need to have the ability to play 7 guys. We're just, again, we're not quite there.
Steve?
You had Kamario coming in that red zone situation. I mean, it's tough to come play a place like this, but I mean, was there any thought maybe giving him a series or maybe just kind of doing some things to change it up a little bit?
No, felt like, again, in the run game piece of it, like what we wanted to do in the run game was through the backs. And that's, to me, what was going to give us the best opportunity to go run the football successfully. We didn't do that consistently at all, and that was, again, that was something that we'll go back and we'll look at, but that wasn't something that in the middle of it felt like was the right thing.
Sam?
Defensively, does it feel like there's still something from this performance that you guys can build off of in that end?
I just talked to him about it, but yeah, the standard is how we played in the first 3 quarters. Then again, we're on the field the entire game defensively. The fourth quarter happened, that's a real thing, we lived that, but the way we played in the first 3 quarters, had we done what we needed to do offensively, then we're gonna have an opportunity for the game to be different. We didn't offensively. So again, the defense is on the field the entire time. I'm unbelievably proud of how we played defensively, how ready we were to play, our physicality, the goal line stand. Again, I thought we did some great things.
You talk about, you know, the moment where it starts to break down with the defense, you know, late in the game they're getting tired and they're having to defend all these long drives. As somebody who's called a lot of offenses in this league for years now, you know, is that just like a checkmate situation when the other team has the defense like that, or what can they do, you know, to try and stop the bleeding in those situations?
Yeah, again, for us, I felt like defensively in the fourth quarter, the tackling wasn't as clean as it was early in the game. In the first 3 quarters, that's what, to me, created some of the chunks for them. And that was, again, to me, that's part of playing so many snaps, being on the field as much as we are against a really, really talented, good football team.
Running up on time. Sam?
You always have a long offensive history as a play caller and all that, but when you have a performance like this, what's kind of your process in terms of reviewing it, evaluating it, and figuring out ways to find fixes?
Yeah, for me, it's just about finding answers. Like again, what we just lived, it was real, it happened. Offensively, the furthest thing from our expectation, our standard. Felt great about the game plan, felt great about the week of work we had, and we did not play or coach the way we needed to. And so again, as I go back and watch the tape, as soon as I sit on the bus, it's going to be about fixing problems and, man, putting people in positions of success, because that's what they call us coach.